Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. I have been loving this look for the last month and a half. It's super glowy, kind of natural. It just screams summer to me. I think this is like the perfect summer look. It's so dewy and just really pretty. So if you guys want to see what products I use and how I got here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's just jump on into it. Okay. So let's just jump into this. I'm going to go at it like I would when I'm getting ready in the morning, since this has been the look that I've been wearing every day. I've probably talked about this in all of my recent makeup videos. This is the Grace and Stella Say Hi to Hydration Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I have been wearing this every day. One, because I have it, so I'm going to use it. And two, I actually think that my skin feels a lot smoother and happier, and it just feels better since I've been using this, I feel like. So I'm going to continue to use it. Then for primer, I'm going to use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer. This is also a really nice skin care primer. I feel like this last spring, late spring, and so far this summer, I have been loving the kind of more dewy, natural, glowy look, if that makes sense. So I've been using products that are good for the skin and just natural and feel good. So the hyaluronic acid stuff has been amazing. I've also been using like crazy the hyaluronic acid setting spray, which we will be using today. So let's jump into the foundation now. I have been on a kick of the Maybelline Fit Me. I have been tanning, obviously. I have maybe a little too much color here. And if you're wondering why my neck is white, when you're a big girl and you got big boobs, you lay down, it kind of all and as you can see, that was like the circle. That's the stuff that gets doesn't see the sun. So if you have a trick on how to fix that, let me know. But because I've been tanning, I'm gonna mix two shades. These are actually, this one is the matte and poreless, this one is the dewy and smooth. I actually like to mix the two because I am kind of oily, but I don't want to go during the summer with that full matte look. Mixing the two makes a really nice natural finish. The shades I'm going to be mixing is 110 and 220. So one is porcelain and the other one is natural beige. Mixing these two should give me the perfect shade. Because I'm going to be mixing two foundations, I'm going to use a brush. I don't know why, but I always find that a little bit easier to mix foundations on a brush. I feel like I can buff it into the skin and swirl the product together just a little bit easier. So now I've got my two foundations on my brush. I'm just going to kind of work them onto the skin. Kind of do the same thing I always do. I work in the main areas of the face and then work the product from there. So I kind of start by mixing the product together, getting those two shades blended, and then work on covering the rest of the face. I have been living for laying in the sun this last week. That is every day for at least an hour I go and lay out in the sun. That's why I really hope one day I can have a house with an in-ground pool, because I love to be in the sun. I love to lay out in the sun. But it gets hot, and so being able to jump in the pool and swim around, lay on a floaty, get tan, sounds great. And an in-ground pool, other than being extra bougie, also is just so much easier to get into. I, being a bigger girl, hate those freaking ladders. I always feel like they're so rickety. And I also don't like climbing up them. I don't have, since my surgery, have not had good balance, so being up there scares me. Last summer I house sat for somebody. It was probably 2 months after my surgery. I house sat for somebody that had one of those hard-sided above ground pools, and I had such a hard time. Granted, I had only been out of surgery for like 2 months, so my strength was not where it is even now. So my brows are just wild, so I thought I would brush those. It was hard for me to get up the ladder because I didn't have the strength in my legs, and two, my balance was really bad, so I felt super wobbly, and I was just so scared I was gonna miss a step and fall down or lose my balance and fall off. Like, it was a little bit scary for me, and I would rather just have like a down into the pool. Sounds great. One day that's my goal. Okay, let's go ahead. Even mixing those two shades, maybe this shade is a little light. It's definitely darker than my neck, but not as dark as this, but I can't tell if it's just because this has a little bit of pink in it. But anyways, let's move on. For concealer, I know I have used this a lot, but this has been my favorite concealer recently. This is the Maybelline Instant Rewind concealer in the shade Ivory. This isn't the lightest shade that they have, so it worked pretty well for being tanner because it's a little more yellow and darker than most of my concealers. I feel like the foundation in person matches this a little more than it does on the camera. Next, I'm going to take my Coty Translucent Airspun Powder, and I'm going to bake my under eye with this. I'm also going places that I'm going to have to wear a mask today, so I am baking my nose in hopes that the foundation will last a little bit longer. I understand why we need to wear the mask. I'm not opposed to wearing the mask, but I hate once I wear it, I can't go anywhere without wearing it because the makeup on the bridge of my nose has just been wiped off, and I'm like, ugh. Even when I wore the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation that's supposed to be smudge proof, it still, or transfer proof, it still came off. So that's just my destiny, but I'm hoping that baking it will kind of seal it down just a little bit more, hopefully. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe, and I will be right back. So brows are on. I'm going to go ahead and set my skin and sweep away my baking. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. This one, it may be a tad bit light for me, but it's the only one I have right now that's not like a super mattifying one, so we're just going to roll with it. It's pretty light coverage, so I'm not worried about it making things too light. I like this particular one because it's, like I said, it's sheer, so it's not going to be mattifying. It's not going to give us too much coverage. It's just going to set down that skin super nicely. I'm not going to be wearing shadow today, so I'm just going to buff out those creases of product on my lids and then just set them with this powder. Next, we're going to bronze up, and I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer. I don't have a favorite bronzer for this look. It's kind of just whatever one I grab or feel like using for the day. And today I feel like using this one. This one's a little bit warmer toned, so it's going to kind of draw on my sunburn, if you will. Tie it all together. And because we used a lighter powder and a lighter foundation, I'm going to go pretty strong with the bronzer. I'm not going to worry too much about going light-handed with it. I'm just going to go at it, you know. Before I put my bronzer away, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose. This is just something like I don't feel like I can go without hardly anymore. It's just part of my makeup look. Like, something looks off if I don't do it. Even if I'm going to be wearing a mask and nobody's going to be able to see my nose, I still have to do it. For blush, I've been loving the Laura Geller blush in the shade Tropic Hues. This one has been one of my favorites for a long time, but I have been using it a lot this season because of the slight shimmer it has to it. It has a slight glow to it, and the shade is just perfect. Another thing I like to do with my blush is to kind of sweep it up the cheekbone a little bit to kind of warm everything up kind of onto the nose even. This is going to give us that kind of sun-kissed, when you like you've just spent the day out in the sunshine kind of look. I mean, I think it just looks really cute. It looks summery, it looks warm, it looks, I don't know, I love it. For highlight, if you've been watching my channel recently, this is probably not a surprise to you that I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlight Powder in the shade Bloom Time. It's this really light, pinky highlight shade. It's so pretty. I have been obsessed with this recently. I'm going to just take a big kabuki fan brush, and I'm going to go ham with the highlights. I'm even going to kind of sweep it again up onto the side of the nose, kind of make that full rounded cheekbone there, up under the eye a little closer, a little farther down. This is going to make your skin look super dewy. Bring it up onto the temples, and then I even like to go just above the forehead. I don't typically go into the center of the forehead. I used to, but I've kind of gotten away from that. And then sometimes I'll even take and kind of just swoosh it down like the lower half of the face, so you don't really get much of a highlight, but it's just gonna kind of do, you know, make everything look dewy. And then I'm gonna do the same over here. Then I go down the bridge of the nose, get the cupid's bow really good, and then I even have been doing the chin, which is something I a lot of times don't do because I feel like when the chin looks extra dewy, it can make you look sweaty, but I have been embracing the summery, glowy, dewy skin. Like, I am just dewy and I love it. Probably a year ago or even 6 months ago, you would have shown me this look and I would have been like, that girl looks greasy, but like, I don't know, I have been obsessed with it like the last like month or so. It has been like what I do every day. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lock my skin in because we're pretty much done with all the powders. I'm gonna be using the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. Again, another, like I said, another hyaluronic product that's just going to really be good for your skin. And I give it a really good spray because, again, I'm going to be wearing that mask. I want my makeup to last. So now we're going to jump into lashes. I am not going to be wearing lashes today, but if you want to throw some lashes on, a pair of kind of naturally wispy lashes would be really pretty. I wouldn't go with anything too dramatic, but that's just me. I'm going to be using a combo of these two mascaras. I like the NARS Climax mascara, but I always feel like it needs a base of some sort of other mascara to kind of build up on to make it really good. So I have just been using the Burt's Bees Nourishing Mascara. Like I said, if you need falsies to pull this together, then you are absolutely welcome to. I'm just not going to today. I feel like I want to look more natural, and falsies, although they're beautiful, don't always look more natural, and they're just more work, and I'm just not feeling that journey today. I'm going to be using a lip product from Pretty Vulgar. This is one of their metallic liquid lipsticks, and it is in the shade My Lips Are Sealed. I'm pretty sure I've used this on my channel before. I really like this product. I think it's really pretty. And I feel like it just adds to the dewy makeup look. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think about this look. I think it's just so perfect for this summer. It's very dewy and glowy, and I have been loving this look. I think you will too if you give it a try. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think about it, and hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.